Today, everybody, I'm going to show you all how to make some vegan spinach Alfredo pasta with homemade spinach pasta, vegan, made from scratch. So, to get started, we're going to mix 3 cups of spinach. This can be frozen or fresh, but of course, if it's frozen, make sure to let it defrost a little bit, and then add 2 cups of water to a blender and blend until silky smooth. Make sure there are no large clumps because this will affect the texture of your pasta. Then we're going to add the flours to a bowl. This pasta will be made with semolina flour and all-purpose flour. Combine 300 grams of semolina flour to a bowl in addition to 200 grams of all-purpose flour and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Give it a good mix, and then add your wet ingredients. In this case, it would be the spinach and water mixture. I first mixed everything together with a spatula, and then slowly added, and be sure to gauge this at your own will and disposal according to how your pasta feels. I then proceeded to add just a little bit more of semolina flour or all-purpose flour. This pasta can be made with either or. I chose to use a combination because I was feeling a bit fun and frisky, but do what you may with what you have. So if you only have all-purpose flour, be sure to just follow the same instructions using 500 grams of all-purpose flour and your spinach and water mixture, and then continue to add some flour if it feels too dry. Continue to knead until it is very tacky. You want to knead the dough for about 10 to 15 minutes because it is a pasta dough and pasta has a lot of gluten. So be sure to continue to knead until everything is very smooth and you have a very nice taut dough. Over kneading is not really a worry here because the pasta will be kept intact. It's not going to rise. It's not a leavened dough. So once you've finished doing this, we're going to take a rolling pin to about 1/4 of the dough and then roll it until it is a flat sheet about 1/8 inch thick. This is how I chose to cut my pasta into fettuccine noodles. I actually enjoy doing this sometimes rather than putting it through the pasta maker. If you have a pasta maker at home, this is very easy and you can choose to do it using whichever machine you have. But if you kind of want to go old-fashioned traditional, I chose to do it this way. I roughly rolled the dough into a rectangle, and then using a paring knife, I kind of just went at it, making sure that the noodles were thick and rectangular and right around the same width. I continued to do this to the rest of the dough and then laid it out on a pasta drying rack. This is by far my favorite way to dry pasta. Be sure to check the description. I've included the one I have there for you all to click and purchase on Amazon if you'd like. Of course, what is an Alfredo pasta sauce without the sauce itself? So there are many ways to make a vegan Alfredo sauce, but this one is a combination of cashews, soy milk, nutritional yeast, spices which I've listed here, onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, lemon juice, salt and pepper to taste. For fun, I just used a little white pepper, but you can use black ground pepper instead because this is most common. The cashews I soaked overnight, or you can choose to boil them over the stove or add some boiling water and let them sit for about 20 minutes. I added all of the water because it wasn't very much, but you can choose to drain it, add soy milk, and continuously add milk until it is the desired texture of your choice. Then add the remaining spices, making sure to taste as you go so the sauce tastes like Alfredo to you. You can also choose to add a little white miso paste or red miso paste to get a fermented and salty taste to your sauce. If you do this, make sure that you reduce the amount of salt that you initially add to your sauce because miso paste is very salty. And then we're gonna boil our noodles as one normally would boil their noodles, and combine the noodles with some sauce and a little bit of that pasta water to have some starchiness. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this kind of content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, Rebecca Martinez, for daily shorts and weekly vegan full video tutorials of my recipes. Thank you so much and see you next week.